So tonight we're gonna do a shrimp boil. All right, and I have a question for you guys before we start. Now, in the past videos, we've gotten everything ready, everything, all the ingredients, if it needs to be cut, chopped, measured. Do you guys prefer that, or would you like us to actually show you different things, how to cut the sausages, how to cut, everything? Let us know. Put it in the comment. It's gonna end up to be a little bit a longer video to watch, but if you guys prefer that, would like to see more of the preparation, let us know. Okay? All right.
Okay, so this is actually an Instant Pot version of a boil. Normally you would do this in a big pot and you'd throw it on a table with a bunch of newspaper and everybody would dig in from there. So we're kind of doing a modification. This is actually, there's various versions out there. I'm modifying a version from a site, it's called damndelicious.com. And some of the ingredients I didn't have, so part of this will be an experiment and part of it won't be. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and use our 6-quart Duo Evo Plus Instant Pot. And then the first thing I'm going to do is we have 1.5 pounds. Now normally this would be new potatoes, like new red potatoes. Didn't have those, so I measured out 1.5 pounds of the gold potatoes, and because they were big, I just cut them in 8s. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and dump that. And then the next thing that you're gonna have, let me get my bench scraper here. We're going to use some andouille sausage. This is Johnsonville, I believe, and yes, it's a 12.8 package. So what I did was, my hands are clean, I cut them on the bias. So instead of cutting it straight, and you could cut chunks or however you want to do it, but this one is actually cut on the bias. So that's how you get the little bit longer pieces. And I would say it's about, you can like 1/3 to 1/2 inch wide. Once again, you could actually make them 2 or 3 inches wide if you wanted to. This is just what we're doing tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in here. The original recipe called for 1/2 of a medium onion. I really like onions, so I put a whole one in there. So I'm going to throw that in. One of the things that we did not have was Old Bay seasoning. So we're going to improvise by using, this is called Zatarain's. It's like a crab-a-boil type of mix. It normally comes in a bag that you would throw into a big pot of water, and you would boil it with a whole bunch of ingredients. So this is our experiment. So this is 4 teaspoons, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 teaspoons of it into the pot at this point. I was a little shy on the first one, so I'm just going to add a smidge more. Okay, with hot sauce, you just want to take your favorite hot sauce. What we had available was the sriracha. So this is a tablespoon of sriracha hot sauce. Throw that in there. And then the next thing that we're going to do is stir it up. Let me get my spoon here, or my spatula. Oop, run away. Okay. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put in the corn. This is a bowl of 3 ears of corn, and I cut them in thirds. Oftentimes people will take them and cut them in halves, but we did thirds. So we're going to dump that in. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to put some booze in it. So Norman was feeling exceptionally fancy today, so we're going to use Stella Artois, and we're going to go ahead and use 16 ounces of that. So I'm going to pour that in here. Here, let me get it in the right so you can see. Do it from this angle. So 2 cups. This is a 19-ounce can, so it's a little much. All right, so 16 ounces. Pour that in. The Instant Pot requires a minimum of 1 cup of liquid whenever you're doing anything under pressure. But 2 cups in this case is fine. So let me get my lid. What we're gonna do is go ahead and pressure cook this for 5 minutes, okay? Just gonna do a double check, just to make sure we have everything in there that we need to.
So the shrimp will go in later.
The shrimp's gonna go in later. If we put it in now, it would get really tough, okay? So, put it on there. It's already in sealing position.
So you don't put any other liquid other than the beer?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to put this on pressure cook, custom, in another Instant Pot or another pressure cooker, probably like a manual cook, and then on high pressure. It's already set to 5. And then I hit the start button on this one, and then we just let it go. And then it's going to come up to pressure. That'll probably take 5 to 10-ish minutes. It'll cook 5 minutes, and then I'll do a quick release once it goes off.
All right, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Okay.
Okay, we have 1 minute to go. Should go off any time now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick release. Other Instant Pots, it has like a little lever that you'll just put to vent, and then this. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take the lid off. You can see what it looks like inside. Things are moving along. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the shrimp. This recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of shelled, sorry, not shelled, shrimp with the shell on. We don't have that. We just have it with the tails on. We are using the 21 to 25 per pound bag. Our favorite brand, Costco.
Costco.
Shocker, I know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump all this in here. Now, normally it says put on for 1 minute. I'm a little hesitant to do it for a whole minute because of the shell not being on there. So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to pressure cook, custom, and I'm going to bring it down to 0 minutes. Yes, you can do 0 minutes. So it's going to come back up to pressure again, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just do it a minute. But the fact that it took 2 minutes for the pressure to come down, that's why I'm saying it for 0. So let's see what it does. Okay, so this just came up to pressure. Once the little red button goes up,
It's up.
it usually takes about a minute for it to hit the timer. So that's what we're waiting, and then it's going to be 0 minutes, and we'll release the pressure right away. What I'm going to do is go ahead and bring this bowl over here. And then we're gonna make the butter sauce after that, and that'll finish it up.
So what are you gonna do after? What's in the butter sauce?
It's the butter sauce. The butter sauce is going to be butter, what would be normally Old Bay seasoning, but we're gonna use the crawfish boil seasoning, and then garlic. And then you make a mixture out of that, and then you pour that over the mixture, and then you serve it with lemon to pour over it as well. Okay,
There
so
we
it just
go.
went to 0.
All right.
Okay, so it looks like it went 8, not 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull it up. And that's what it looks like when it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this into the bowl really quickly because it's hot. See, we have a cat right now that is smelling this and going insane. Okay, so let me get my other strainer here. So the potatoes that are on the bottom, they're a little on the softer side. So I'm inclined to say, instead of doing it, if you use this method with this type of potato, I would say actually do it for, let's say, maybe 3 or 4 minutes instead of the original 5. But it looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to move the Instant Pot. Hold on 1 second here. Now let's move this over here, and we're going to move on to the last step. So what we're going to do is get a small saucepan, and we're going to add 1/4 stick of butter. The original recipe calls for unsalted. This is salted. So we need to melt it first. Now we're making this before live stream, so this is perfect because it's not too long. And as you can see, by the time of 8:40, we have 20 minutes to finish it.
Yeah, there's some people in the stream already. The coin stream. This is we're filming this on Sunday night, right before the coin stream.
So Norman will have to profusely apologize and explain. Actually, you won't be late. You're going to be just right on time. Okay, so as you can see, it's melted. So now we're going to throw. This is 3 good-sized cloves of garlic. Minced, actually. Minced. And now I'm going to actually lower this a little bit so it doesn't burn. Because garlic loves to burn, especially in butter. Okay, so now what I did was, if you recall, the seasoning that I used for the boil itself, it was in its whole form. This for using the Zatarains. So what I did is I actually ground up the rest of it, okay, so that it would be, melted a little bit better. So I'm going to add 1 last teaspoon in. And
parsley or cilantro that you have?
It's actually a combination of both.
Okay.
And it's only because that's what I had in the fridge. You could put either, depending upon what you like. I've just started growing an herb garden, which I'm notorious for killing, usually. It seems to be living this time, so I figured I might as well take advantage of some fresh herbs. What I'm doing is I'm cooking this for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm waiting for it to become fragrant. And then we're going to pour it all over that mixture over there. This will probably be browned a little bit is my guess by the time it's done. As you can see, it has a nice color to it.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And I'm going to pour this all over. You see that yummy garlic seasoning. And it's not done yet. Put that over there. And then you top it off with some, in this case, parsley and cilantro. Whatever you like. That's a great thing about this. You can substitute different things for whatever you like. And then, I washed my lemons, but I forgot to take the sticker off. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and put 4 lemon wedges in there.
You're not squeezing the lemons on it?
No, usually the person will do that because not everybody wants it. You could, but, and there you have it. Instant pot shrimp boil, or in this case, shrimp steam.
All right, good. Now it's time for the tasting. All right, let's get some of this.
So right now he's grabbing some potatoes and corn, a little bit of andouille,
And
get some shrimp.
Shrimp. All right. Let's try it without the lemon. Purest. Let's try the sausage.
Why don't you come a little closer, Nun?
All right. Let's try the sausage first. Can really get the flavor of the seasoning. I've always liked the sausage in a boil. If you ever go to those crab places where they give you order the crab or the shrimp by the pound and then they just bring it to your table, I'd love the sausage with it. Potatoes. Good, it's good. Now time for the shrimp. And I'll just use my hands. The shrimp is good. It's a little bit, I think we did a little too long.
Well, in this particular case, with this particular Instant Pot, I put it at 0 minutes, which is the lowest you can go. So what you can do is you kind of listen for it because the steam, you can kind of hear it building up when it's about ready to go. So you can actually release it first and just take it off before it actually hits the timer.
The flavor is good. But also we have the ones without the shell. So that made, if it was the shell, it'd probably be a lot better.
Yeah.
Also more work. But the flavor is good.
How's the butter on it?
Yeah, I think you could use more of the, like a whole stick.
Well, I'm sure you would say that.
Like a whole stick of the butter.
You would be really good with that. Some bread to sop up the sauce.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get some of that sauce. Hold on. I gotta go. She put it out of the screen. Ooh. Can I have a? Nah, never mind. No spoon needed. Oh yes. Oh
So now it's a soup.
yes.
But it works.
That broth that it was boiled in. Oh. Oh yes, that's good.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get ready for the stream. And
one more thing to try, the corn.
Oh, the corn. Sorry, I was rushing him.
Oh, corn is good. It's nice and sweet. It has the flavor of the seasoning. That's good. All right. I may end up having to wait for that because the stream is going to come on in about 11 minutes. The coin stream.
So fortunately, I can have it because that's
so
too unfortunate for you. But
if you guys like this, please hit the like, make a comment, tell us what you think. Did we do something wrong? Is something you can improve? Hit the bell so you get notified of our next video. If you haven't, hit the subscribe. Hopefully, I will have it up here.
If you remember.
Check out our other videos over here. All right. And thank you. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna have to get to the stream now.